Hi everyone, welcome to the new video. So I was going through LinkedIn and I came across the DevOps interview questions, and this question like I when I found this I found this question very interesting. And of course this question can be asked if you are going for architect or mid senior level position, or you're giving interview for it, or we don't know, it can be asked from anyone, but it's like design our infrastructure in a way that if global outage happens, we should be able to make it available at that time. How we can switch it to different region, and how we design an infrastructure that even if a global outage happens for particular region, the application should be up and running, it should be available, because we have designed the infrastructure in a way that it is available in multiple region. So basically high availability, or you can say multi-region disaster recovery. So two things come into picture, that how you will design infrastructure and how you will make it resilient for disaster. So let's understand this, and so that if such questions are asked, we are able to answer it and tackle this upfront. So yeah, let's go. Is how to design infrastructure for global outages, multi-region disaster recovery explained. So before understanding the infrastructure and design, first of all, we should understand what is global outage. So global outage is when cloud when any cloud region is unavailable. So if I say any cloud region, so if you talk about any cloud like AWS, Azure, GCP, the major clouds, so there are different regions which we choose to deploy our resources. Uh, the pricing, the types of services, or it differs. The data centers, the caching, everything differs when we choose particular clouds according to our region. So according to our convenience, our organization convenience, or what is the most appropriate region, we'll choose that. So what happens if suppose there are in Azure also we have regions, in AWS also we have regions. It is in America, some are in India, so some is in China, some is in Japan. So if suppose we have deployed our app in only one region, because our organization is in India and we have just chosen India, like it's in Mumbai, so we have just chosen that and we deployed our services over there. If some due to some reason that region is down, so our app will be completely down. So this is how we have to understand that in the case of in these conditions, how we are able to tackle it. So reasons of for global outage can be anything. It can be natural disaster, okay, or it can be any DNS, or control plane issue, anything, or network problem, or cloud provider failure. Like maybe there is some issue from the cloud end because they are providing us services. So maybe there is some issue at their end. So it can be anything. The reason can be anything for global outage. So so our goal is that we see that we have the automatic failover check, that if any outage is there, how we are checking it, how fast we are able to find it out that there is an outage, or some in some region something is not working. We should have automatic failover check. There should we can have scripts in place which are checking the DNS services. So DNS services means that the app which is deployed, we are hitting the DNS, and we are checking that if it is 200, the status is 200. If we are not getting it, we have to check. So there should be scripts for it. And with automatic failover check, we are able to do zero downtime, recovery or something, with no data loss. There should be no data loss. And so no data loss, and with zero, or you can say minimal downtime, we are able to recover it. So this is our goal when we say we have to design the infrastructure for handling the global outage. So I hope this is understood. If we see, if we see the architecture on the high level, so if we see the architecture on high level, so we are users. As a user, we are hitting any, like we are checking Google, so we are hitting www.google.com as a DNS, and if we are checking any website, any Myntra, any shopping website. So we are hitting that website URL, and that website URL, like primary region of the resources that is on which our application is running, that are deployed in region A. So region A is primary, but if suppose this region goes out or it's not available, so we have region B, we should have region C, where we have a backups already there, so that with no time we are able to switch the traffic to other regions. So this is how we are going to design our infrastructure. So one way is that I said that we can switch the traffic. So one first way, if I say, first way is switch the traffic. So for this, we have services in AWS also, in Azure also, and in GCP also. In AWS, we have Route 53. In Azure, we have Azure Traffic Manager, which will help us in switching the traffic uh, to different region. For GCP, we have GCP Cloud DNS. So, what I mean to say that first, we should understand that how we are, managing the traffic. This should be our first line of defense. That how first line of defense should be that our script should be there. We should check with minimum, how fast we are able to check that our application is down. So there should be some scripts available to check the app is available or not. So maybe it can be other reason also, but there should be particular script to check that whether it's the issue of because of the region or something else. So that comes like network issue or something else, the DNS or control plane issue. So this is first way. Second way is deploying the application, the same application in multiple regions. So that is one way. Another way, uh, where we have load balancer. So basically, we have load balancer. Our applications are deployed in multiple regions, and load balancer is there to divert the traffic. So right now, if suppose one region is down, it will be diverting the traffic to another region. So this is how load balancer will help us to like divert the traffic. We have API service also. We have Kubernetes or ECS, which can help us in these uh, deploying the application in multiple region, and then load balancer can help us to divert the traffic or balance the traffic. So another thing is, which is most critical, is data. you know our data should not be lost. So already what we should have in place that our data replication is happening. So our data is being maintained in multiple regions. There are backups, there are snapshots in place, there are, S3 buckets, and these are already in place where we have the backups and snapshot. By data replication, I mean that there should be a primary database which is getting synced with secondary databases. So the data is getting synced with the secondary database. So that replication should happen, that if a database is updated in primary, it should sync with the secondary. So in case if something happens with the primary database, we have the data maintained in secondary. Another thing which is most important is that we should have everything, IAM roles created, uh, and secrets available. So basically, when we keep things in secondary location or region, or we don't care that much, that if things we don't test it. So basically, when something this situation happens and we want other region, we want to use the another region, but we don't, we it's failing because there are roles missing, there are secrets which are not available. So this can be happen when we are doing, we have scripts, we have, secrets available in all the environment scripts, like with scripts I mean like Terraform script to create the infrastructure, so that we are not doing it manually. We have script to create secrets or IAM roles in all every region. So instead of, like, if we make a error, script won't make it if we test it once. So this is how we should always have scripts in place, and those should be tested. And secrets IAM role should be available, so that if suppose we have to use it, we don't it should not fail because of these errors. Then we should have DR plan, disaster recovery, uh, done, or tested periodically. It can be frequency can be set uh, you know uh, by your organization. Uh, so they are done and tested periodically, so that when these things happen, it should not be like we have things, but because of insufficient testing, we don't know that what can fail. So DR should be tested, and if you want to know more about disaster recovery, I have made a separate video for it. Please go through it, and I'll give the link for that video in the description box too, so you can refer it from there. So if we see gist of it, we see multi-region deployment. We can do global traffic routing, how we are routing the traffic, replicated data layers, stateless services. Stateless services is using ECS, and and the shared storages, like you are sharing the storage. Many services are sharing the same storage, so that the data is not lost. And automated failover, regular DR testing. So yeah, that's all.
So that's all for today's video. I hope it's helpful. Please let me know your views in the comment section. Till then, take care. Bye.